Want to make sure you never miss a Kindly Keyin video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications. This whole YouTube thing kind of falls apart, and I'm looking for a new job, looking for a new career. Box stacking, I got you covered. Hello everybody, I am Kindly Keyin and welcome back to Hello Neighbor. So today we're going to be coming back to a challenge that we did many months ago, and that was the trying to trap the neighbor in a box fort prison challenge. Now, we were never able to successfully get the neighbor to stay inside of our box fort jail that we built around him, and most of the reason of that was because he is very difficult to get in to whatever we built. Basically, the way that we designed it was, and if you haven't seen the episode, I'll put it up in the corner so that you guys can check it out, because it was an interesting episode. We really did try, but it was so hard to get him to get inside of our box fort and then get out of it and then trap him back in it. But even when we kind of got boxes around him, like, he would go ballistic. He would start kicking boxes all over the place. He went crazy. He's like fidgeting and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like being inside of a prison, and I can't really blame him. But we now have a new tool that will allow us to maybe take this to the next level. So in the past, we were able to freeze the neighbor in place, but one of the problems is that we couldn't unfreeze him once we froze him. But now, thanks to the updates to the trainer that we now have access to from Greenhouse M13, we can freeze the neighbor and then we can unfreeze the neighbor, which is awesome. That makes this whole process so much easier. So basically what we can do is we can freeze the neighbor, and then we can build our fortress, our prison, our jail, fortify it to the maximum with as many boxes as we possibly can get that makes sense, and then we can unfreeze him once he's trapped inside of that box and see how he does. See if he can break his way out. I think that he'll be able to get out. I don't know though. We'll just have to see. We're gonna have to see. That's why we're experimenting. I love doing this stuff in Hello Neighbor. It's like Mythbusters, but in Hello Neighbor. So that's what we're gonna try and figure out today. Now we just need to find the neighbor. No, that wasn't him. That was me. I'm just gonna grab these boxes. And also what I wanna do, no, I still don't hear him. What I really want to do is get him out into the backyard, because that's where most of the boxes are. So I want to lure him like out here. So I think breaking the window will get his attention. Maybe. Where is this guy? Why? I ask you, why is the neighbor so difficult to find when you actually want him around? There he is. Okay, wait, we're gonna freeze him. There we go. All right, he's stuck in place. That's actually a really bad spot for him to be, because there's like a big old beam right there. But what I was saying is that I find that the neighbor is always very difficult to find when you actually want to find him, but when you don't want him finding you and you're sneaking through his house, he's always there. He's always right in front of your face. It's very annoying, neighbor. You really need to get a hint here. Get a hint. We want you around right now. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unfreeze him and then freeze him again. No, I didn't press the button fast enough. I mean, that was pretty bad. That was a bad failure on my part. Okay, so it's back to my favorite time of day. I really like the afternoon. I just like the way it looks and it's easier to see stuff. So this is the time of day that we're gonna be playing in. So now I just need to, neighbor, why? Okay, all right. He's gonna walk to the end of the street and just ignore us the entire time. So we have to wait for him to come back to the house so that he'll actually chase us again. I don't know why he does this. It's very strange. What are you doing out there? Just, I mean, that's a very dangerous spot to just be standing there. You're standing in the middle of the road, just like looking at the ground. You're gonna get hit by a car. It's very dumb of you. All right, he's coming back. So we're just gonna lure him into the backyard. Okay, he's chasing us now. Good. All a part of my plan. My master plan. We're gonna put him right there. Perfect. That is ideal. So now we need to build a prison around this very, very bad dude. And it's been a while since I built a box fort in Hello Neighbor, and I haven't done it in the full version of Hello Neighbor. So I don't know if it's actually any different than in the other versions that we've played. And also, this is kind of annoying that like we have this crazy like weird vignette that happens. Vignette? That's not the right word, but we get this weird filter on our screen because the neighbor is right next to us. We're gonna just have to deal with it. So we're dealing with it. But I don't think that box stacking has changed too much since the last time that we played. And I don't know how big this fort's gonna be, but I'm just gonna build it around him as best as I can. I really wish that this music would just go away though. I may actually be building this thing too big now that I look at it, but I'm just gonna roll with it. It kind of freaks me out that the neighbor can turn even though he's frozen. It's like he's fighting with our powers. We're using our mind to freeze him in place, and his will is still strong enough to allow him to rotate despite not being able to actually move his legs. I really want to make sure that these boxes are as close together as possible. This one is kind of giving me a hard time. It's also very annoying to build this thing with him causing that weird effect on our screen. It's so annoying, but we're gonna just do our best here. So I'm just gonna keep on stacking. I think that we might go 5 high because the neighbor is almost as tall as 4 boxes. So 5 seems like the appropriate height for a prison cell for a man of the neighbor's size. We don't want him to be too comfortable. I mean, it's prison after all. He needs to know that what he did was wrong. All right, I'm just trying to get things nice and lined up. I'm almost kind of creating like a circular room. There's no hard corners. They're just kind of edged off. So that's kind of the design I'm going with. The roof is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how we're going to mess around with that. One of the things that we did in the past was we used the trainer to make ourselves bigger. And if you guys recall, whatever you're holding in your hands when you make yourself bigger actually gets bigger. But that feature has not been added to the trainer yet. For the full version of Hello Neighbor, so we can't actually change our size. So we can't change the size of the boxes in the game. So we're gonna have to figure out, I don't know. One time I tried like kind of like creating an arch using the boxes, like they tumbled in on each other. It kind of worked, but not really. It didn't really work. I don't know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime, we're just gonna build some walls here. We just gotta get these walls around the neighbor. This thing is actually turning out pretty good. I'm liking what's happening so far. I continue to be annoyed by the effect of the neighbor being close to us though. This is just so irritating. Okay, that's good. It's a good spot for those boxes. And then just like, nah, it's a little off. Let's see if we can, there we go. Yeah, we're making great progress. Please, box. Please cooperate. Okay, that, you know, I think that's good enough. I think that's good. The gaps are pretty tight. The boxes are pretty close to each other. Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. I'm liking it. Building box fort prisons and drinking tea. Living the dream. Living the dream. Can we actually get caught by the neighbor if we walk into him? I don't think I can, but I don't know if I want to actually test it. I'm just worried that I'm gonna like bump into him while I'm trying to get the boxes lined up and then get reset. You know what? Let's see. No, he can't catch us. He cannot catch us. He can just look at us with that evil glare, but he can't do anything. Our minds are too powerful. We have him locked in with our mind powers because we're an X-Man, whatever. Let's just build our box fort. See, he's trapped in a mind prison right now, but we're trying to trap him in an actual prison made of cardboard boxes. Probably not the most effective material to trap someone inside of, but that's all we got. I mean, we do have like furniture and stuff, but imagine building a a fort out of chairs. That would be very difficult. Okay, I think I have used up all of the boxes that were in the backyard. Is that? Oh my gosh. I worked through those boxes way faster than I was expecting. But luckily there are more boxes just on the other side of this wall. So I'm just gonna use our ghost mode here to grab these boxes and I'm gonna just stack them up over here. So that we have easy access to them nice and quick. Just get them all out of the house and move them into the backyard. All right, so I've gotten all the boxes from that area. So that should give us enough to at least finish what we're doing here. We should be able to close off our fort here. Finish the kind of circle that we're creating. I don't know if this thing is gonna kind of look like a dome in the end. I don't know. A dome prison. That's what we're doing here today. A dome prison out of boxes. It's awesome. Yeah, we're almost there. Just need a few more. I think probably this stack right here, and then probably 2 more stacks. So we probably just need like a total of 8 boxes here to finish this thing off. I don't know, maybe 3 more stacks. We'll see. There are definitely more boxes around the house. They're just kind of harder to get to. There's a whole bunch of boxes actually upstairs by the big old magnet that's like blocking that secret pathway to the magnet room. So we can grab those, kind of just throw them off the side of the house and then pick them up later. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We definitely need more boxes though, because we still have to mess around with the roof, and I kind of want to fortify our prison here. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, but I think so far we've got a pretty good design going. Yeah, I'm liking this. So we're just gonna close it off right here. This is where our last little tower is gonna go, right in the middle, and that's kind of like the doorway. I mean, no one can fit through this, but it's gonna function as if it were a doorway. So we just need 3 more boxes to finish this off. Actually 2 more, because I'm holding 1. Let's see, none in here. Actually, are there boxes in the glue room? Yes, there are. All right, let's grab these. Let's just grab 4, because we are gonna need more than 3 eventually, so I might as well grab as many as I can. Let's go ahead and stack this final little tower, finish this off, the final touch, and there you go. The neighbor is officially trapped inside of our box fort prison, but we still want to do a little bit more. It almost looks like a teardrop. That's kind of weird. I did not mean to do that. But we do want to do some minor modifications here. I think we want to take it 1 more level higher. So we want to do 5 boxes total on each of the towers that we have. And maybe what we'll try to do is I don't know, it's gonna be very hard to make a roof here, but maybe what we'll try to do is like stagger or start to bring the boxes in a little bit more, kind of creating that roof effect. But the problem is that once you get to a certain point, you kind of get to like a critical mass and the boxes just fall over. They fall off of each other and then it implodes and becomes a disaster that I honestly don't want to recreate. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna mess around with it, but I'm not gonna get too crazy with trying to get the roof going. Let's grab some more boxes. I'm wondering if there's a bunch over here. So let's grab these guys and just toss them off of the roof here. And then we can collect everything. So basically my goal here is to just collect the boxes and get them into the yard so that we can easily collect them from there. Oh, there's a bunch of boxes in here. Let's go ahead, grab all these, and can I just drop them off over here? Yes, I can. And we've got probably like 3 or 4 more inside of that room. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of boxes to go around in the game. It's just a matter of finding them. Okay, so I think I've collected enough boxes for the time being. I threw a whole bunch out of the room that has the globe. So there was several in there. You can see them all stacked over here. And then we got a bunch that I collected from upstairs. So I think that we have enough for the time being. Now I am going to be using our ghost mode to try and get this 5th level going, because it's a little too high at this point to do it from the ground. So I'm just going to try my best to get these lined up. It's obviously a lot easier to stack a tower in one go because you can kind of keep it all even, but we didn't really have all the resources to get them 5 high at the time. So we did 4, and now we're just stacking the 5th level after the fact, which is totally fine. Take my word for it. As someone who has spent way more time than any person on this planet should building box forts in Hello Neighbor, I've become quite the expert. If you're looking for someone, you know, if this whole YouTube thing kind of falls apart and I'm looking for a new job, looking for a new career, box stacking, I got you covered. Whoa. Okay, it's getting a little weird. I don't know why it's placing them. For whatever reason, those last 2 boxes that I placed, it was kind of like tossing them onto the top, and we don't want that because getting around the 5th box stack, things get a little wobbly and they start to get a little wonky, and we don't want boxes getting wonky. We want boxes to stay perfectly unwonky. All right, here we go. Continue the 5th level, the 5th element. This was it. This was what everybody was talking about. The 5th element is actually the 5th level of a box fort prison. I bet you didn't know that. Okay, we've just got 5 more to get in place. Like that, and like that. Just 1 more. We need to go grab 1 more. And then we're pretty much done. I do want to try and figure out the roof, but I might be biting off more than I can chew because the roof, the process of adding the roof could make the whole thing fall apart. And I would at least like to try to turn the neighbor, get his unfreezing turned off. Wait, what? What kind of sentence was that? I want to unfreeze the neighbor while he's still inside of this box fort and see what happens. That's the goal. That's what we wanted to do from the very beginning. Okay, all right, that fit. Awesome. Let's check it out from down below. There you go. That's a pretty good box fort. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. It's got a nice shape to it. It's pretty well like packed together, at least as best as you can do. I think what I might do, I don't know though. I think what I might try doing here before we release the neighbor is maybe try to fortify, like do like a 2-box stack in front of each pillar. And that should build up some fortification for our box fort here. I don't know. It's gonna be a little finicky. Should we give him a window? Can we give him a window? If I take away one of these boxes, it's just gonna fall down, isn't it? I do kind of want to give him a window though. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that didn't work. That kind of worked. Sort of. Let's see if I can set up like a window type feature here. Let's go like that, and then like that, and then it's kind of sort of a window, although I worry that he can actually jump through that. I'm gonna add another box to it. Let's go grab another couple of boxes, and I don't know, the window could be a very bad decision, but I feel bad for him. You know, he's not gonna get the light of day, even though there's no roof on his box. But if it were a real proper prison, there would be a roof on this box fort, and he would need a window to see the sun. So we're gonna give him a window and pretend that there is actually a roof. There, he can just barely see over the top of that window, and hopefully he won't try to break it open. Okay, so we're just gonna add a little bit more fortification here. We may not have enough boxes actually to go all the way around the box fort, but I'll just do my best. Okay, so we ran out of the boxes that we collected once again, so we need to go find some more. And like I said, I think one of the best places for boxes is over by the magnet room. Should be in this room. Yeah, look at all those boxes. Also, look at all this junk. Has this junk always been up here? I think they added this in one of the updates. Probably not the most recent update, but they definitely added all this garbage in one of the updates. I'm just gonna knock all those boxes down, And yeah, we'll just drop them down right here. Make a nice big pile of new boxes that we can use. All right, so we've collected all of the boxes from upstairs, and we are definitely running pretty light on boxes at this point. I don't know how many more boxes there are in the house, but the ones that I just collected are pretty much the only like concentrated group of boxes that I'm aware of. There's probably other boxes in the house, but they're probably just like scattered all over the place. And honestly, I don't really want to go hunting for boxes all day. So once we complete this pile of boxes, I think we're just gonna call it. We're gonna call it good and then release the neighbor and see how he handles this new prison that he's been trapped inside of. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, we are officially out of boxes. We've used up all the boxes that I am aware of. Like I said, there's probably still boxes kind of scattered around the house, but I'm not gonna go hunting for those because honestly, I feel like the box fort that we built here is good enough. I think that we did a great job building our prison. We're gonna see how the neighbor handles it though, so I'm gonna fly up just so that we can get a nice shot of him. Now keep in mind that he is trying to capture us, so wherever we're standing is probably the direction that he's gonna run in, so we need to keep that in mind, but I really just want to see what happens here. So let's go ahead and release the neighbor and see what he does, okay? He is... What? No! Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He just plowed through him. I think that that is a function that he did not have before. I can't believe all that work that we did building this beautiful box fort prison, and the neighbor just exploded those boxes. It's like he had a stick of dynamite in his pocket. He stuck it on the side of our box wall and just blew up those boxes. No problem. They did not stand a chance at all. Oh man. Well, the irony is real. We put a lot of time and effort into that box fort, and actually, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I am less happy with the neighbor and the way that he destroyed it. Just all my hopes and dreams absolutely destroyed. Well, we tried. We certainly tried. I don't think that he could do that in the beta. He could not break through boxes, or at least in the alpha, because we used boxes to trap him inside of his house, and he had like a really hard time getting out of that. And we've kind of gotten boxes around him before, and he's always had a hard time getting around them and fighting with them. But this time, he just plowed right through them. No problem. Like they were really cardboard boxes, because let's be real. If you build a fort or a prison out of boxes, it's really not going to keep anybody inside of it. But I was really hoping that, you know, box forts were the neighbor's kryptonite. It's his greatest weakness. Obviously not. So there's the aftermath of the neighbor being released from his mind prison. Did not stand a chance. The box fort just could not handle the power of the neighbor. He's got those guns. Well, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Hello Neighbor. Regardless of the results, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I had a great time building this little box fort prison. If you guys have more ideas for things that we can do with boxes, let me know in the comment section below, because I love doing this stuff. But that's gonna do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on that little circle with my logo in it right below this window. You can also watch more of my videos by clicking on the sides of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.